The physics of Grand Theft Auto 6 are absolutely incredible, so we're going to be talking about all of it today, from the jiggling to hair flips and so much more. So YouTube has kind of an interesting feature that you might not have known about. If you actually kind of like scroll through the bar that allows you to jump forward and jump back throughout the video, you'll often see a section that is the most replayed. And sometimes you'll see this at the beginning of the video, sometimes you'll see this when an advertisement might pop up. In Grand Theft Auto 6's case, it's this scene right here. Why am I not surprised? Now, I'm not surprised for multiple reasons, but one of them might be truly trying to figure out if this is indeed Lucia we are looking at right here. But again, the physics of this game are absolutely incredible, and we see this in a handful of shots. Like, for example, in this first scene with Lucia right here, there's a handful of things we can notice, like light shining and hitting dust particles, to the sun actually going through her earlobe, making it lighter, to the way her hair falls on her face and flips around on the back of her neck. And even the little details that you might not have known about, like for example in this scene with the wildlife and the flamingos sort of jumping out of the water, the birds that go from in the water to out of the water, look at the splash they create when they ultimately take flight. That's the sort of thing I'm talking about right here with the physics of the world and the water. And this can be seen in the very next shot as well. If we zoom in on our two characters that are jogging with the little chihuahua-like dog, you definitely see some of the jiggle physics that we're talking about right here. And what I mean by jiggle physics is literally how the characters react to moving. They aren't just like these static robots. There's parts of their body that move up and down. In this instance with the girl, you can actually see her ponytail flipping back and forth as she sprints and jogs on the beach. And one thing I didn't even notice until going back and looking at this, the guy actually looks at his watch, like to check either what time it is or how fast he's running whatever circuit he's doing as well. And in this entire shot, if you just slow it down and look at all the various NPCs that are moving or doing something, you'll see their hair sort of whipping in the wind, which is something that you really commonly do see at the beach. It's oftentimes very windy there, and so you'll have hair flying back and forth. We also see this in the very next shot as Jason is driving Lucia in the convertible sports car. First of all, look at her hair, the way it flies in the wind, but also look at her dress and the way it bends and folds as she sits up further in the car and leans her hands back. You can see that it literally kind of wrinkles up in the back, and we can even see some wrinkles on the side and in the front too. So this is just absolutely insane levels of detail here from Rockstar. And of course, we couldn't talk about jiggle physics without going to the Jack of Hearts strip club. And in this shot right here, you see a lot of instances of that, clearly. So if this is a part of the game that you enjoy, and I'm not saying it's something you shouldn't, it's just that Rockstar is putting those improved physics to good work in a multitude of ways, and this is one of them that you see it right here. Now, really quickly, do you guys think that this is Jason and Lucia in the background? I've been seeing some discussion surrounding this, but I wasn't confident enough to say, yes, it's them, or no, it's not. I'm kind of somewhere right in the middle. You guys can let me know what you think in those comments down below. Now, another thing that's really crazy with the physics engine of GTA 6 is a lot of characters are wearing jewelry, necklaces, watches, bracelets, and they all do such a good job of moving in real time as the characters move. And this is a great example of that right here. This guy looks like he has very heavy chains on, and as you can see, as he moves his arm, and as he gives this guy a handshake, you can see his watch move, as well as the necklaces around his neck. Just a really cool detail right there. Now, I'm finding more and more things as we're going through. This doesn't necessarily have to do with the physics engine of the game, but look at this NPC that looks to just be sort of standing in the middle of the road. You can see it looks like he's taking a picture. His phone is actually lit up with what looks to be the thing he's taking a picture of. That's kind of a cool detail. We've talked about how it looks like we've got working car mirrors in this game. That would certainly be an upgrade from what we've seen in GTA 5. And the fact that these NPCs now have phones that aren't just complete black screens, that's a neat little detail too. So it looks like he is indeed taking a picture of something, and that shows up on his phone screen. Now on to everyone's favorite scene, the most viewed part from the trailer. There is actually a lot going on here, starting with the hair physics. That is insane, the way it flows, the way it just rests on her shoulder, even the strings hanging down on her bikini top and at her waist. those even move when she does her little pirouette and her turn. And we can also see that her hoop earrings move, as well as the necklaces that she's wearing too. That is just absolutely insane amount of physics and details going on here. We can also see more of that physics and jiggling going on in this shot right here of Dad Bod Squad, as we've got our Jeff Bezos lookalike on the yacht with a group of ladies. It looks like he's got a serious sunburn, but you can see all the girls jumping up and down. Once again, Rockstar utilizing that physics engine to make body parts feel even more realistic than what we've seen in GTA 5 and in Red Dead Redemption 2. That is also put on display in this social media post from Have a Vice Day, as we have the lady twerking on top of the car. And something else, I know, aside from the obvious here, look at her hair. You guys can see that when she actually turns her face, not only does the hair whip around, but actually strands of it kind of get stuck on her sunglasses and stay in front of her face throughout the entire shot. It's kind of a cool little detail that you might not have been paying attention to. And in this exact same shot, I can't tell if these are the two women that are actually seen in the next shot. And the reason I say that is because the girl actually leaning out of the back window, it looks like she might have the exact same sunglasses on of one of the girls in this exact shot right here in the back. I can't tell. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't look like they're in the same car. One of them is kind of this like burnt orange. The other one is like a pinkish purple. But it does kind of look like it might be the same girls. You guys, again, can let me know what you think in those comments down below. I don't know if this is the kind of jiggle physics we're all looking for, but from Planet Leonida Man, as you guys can see here, this guy is trying to escape the cops, not wearing a whole lot. You can definitely see, unfortunately, if you slow it down, how much his skin is actually moving when he sort of sprints away. And in this shot right here from General Custard Cannon, you can see when he actually does like the actual crotch grab, you can see that his arm has more definition because he kind of is pulling upwards. So his bicep is sort of flexing. That is an insane level of detail right there on even the craziest, simplest things that Rockstar have introduced. Now in this scene with the Thrillbilly Mud Club, there's a lot of those jiggle physics going on. And one thing that I'm a little surprised is everyone's affection for the Mud Club girl wearing the American flag bikini top. I thought everyone was going to be obsessed with Lucia and the white bikini shot, but it seems like everyone might have a new favorite, and it's this girl right here. And again, aside from the obvious, you can see the bracelets on her right wrist moving. You can see sort of like the seashell necklace around her neck. That is also moving as well. Now, going back to the Thrillbilly Mud Club, the one thing I want to pay attention to here is the liquid that's coming out of his drink. Look at how it reacts to him falling and then him obviously landing on the actual table. Not only does liquid explode everywhere from the drinks he spilled, but it also comes rushing out of his drink as he hits the ground. Because this game is taking place in Vice City, we're obviously going to be obsessed with the water, the ocean, but even some of the unsung water features that you might not have think about come in moments and instances like this. It actually took me a few times to notice this. I think weight is going to be a big part of this game. Like, for example, when Jason and Lucia are trying to escape the cops, look what happens when Lucia brings her weight forward to then turn around and look behind. You can actually see the seat move up. That is an incredible level of detail that, again, is all attached to you just sort of shifting your weight from leaning backwards to then leaning forwards. And speaking of hair, everyone seems to be obsessed with it a little bit, and not just the hair on top of your head. In this scene right here, Lucia is literally like grabbing on to Jason's chest hair, which many of you guys have pointed out. And then even going back to this scene right here of these two guys giving each other a handshake, you can see the guy in the white tank top, he's got like visible armpit hair that you can see. Again, the level of detail here from Rockstar is absolutely insane. So that was pretty much everything I was able to spot from the GTA 6 trailer as far as the physics of our characters go. There were certainly a few more scenes like this one, for example, with the DJ, where you can see a lot of different things going on. But I feel like we were able to cover most things that were interesting that appeared. But I would, of course, love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. If there's something interesting from the GTA 6 trailer that you noticed as far as physics go and whatnot, how it's the characters react to the world, how they react to doing a certain act. Let me know in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.